Hey everyone, I'm Egoqueenalexis and welcome back to the channel. In the last episode of Queen's Court, I got impaled by a Mauler Fiend.
Forge
Wait,
Fiend.
Forge Fiend. Mauler Fiend is different. And that
Yeah,
thing
you.
was insane. So we had
Um,
one heck of an epic battle, got to a planet and took a boat. But here's Victor with a proper... yeah.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Biggie the GM, and welcome back to the Queen's Court. When we last left our heroes, running a diagnostic scan over the power-drained listening post, Tarbuck finds an anomaly down in the reactor core. The Warband set out to investigate and called in reinforcements from Her Majesty's Katarina's armsmen. Ulrich took the lead and braved ahead into the engineerium, approaching the main reactor after the armsmen had blown the bulkhead doors wide open with a melt-bomb. Inside, all they could find was a heap of rubble and debris surrounding the base of the main reactor, only for a demon engine to rise out of the heap. The engine swung at Rolric, but seemed unable to see the warrior, instead finding other targets to unleash its unholy weaponry upon. Little seemed to penetrate the engine's armored plates until Morano spotted a weak point and, with inhuman marksmanship, exposed it for the rest of the warband. Rosalina rushed in to get a better shot with her Inferno pistol, sending a blast of superheated air into the hellish beast. Roaring its rage, the demon engine rushed Rosalina and swiped at her with its slaughterer limb, cracking open her power armor and rending Rosalina's flesh. Seeing his interrogator fall, Tarvok charged in, mechanic his power axe in his many hands, striking at the fell machine in its center. The shell of the demon engine, now unable to contain the Neverborn within, ruptured, and the fiend was unleashed from its bond. Before the demon could do anything, Volric charged in, and his untouchable aura sent the demon screaming back into the Imperium. Searching the rest of the listening post, the armsmen find a ritual circle that Volric and Tarvok determine is a ritual of the Rift, a summoning circle. The warband returned to Her Majesty Katarina and finished the rest of the journey to Aventine. Landing on Aventine, the warband spent some time perusing the market before eventually buying a boat to travel to Farnov's island.
Oh, it also should be mentioned that we enlisted all of those
Oh
voidsmen
yes,
under our...
yes,
yeah, they
they
are
are
now
now
ours.
they are now inquisitorial armsmen.
Yep,
Yeah. So
we're on a boat.
you're on a boat. Everybody, look at you because you're sailing on a boat. Quick, Tarvok, auto tune something.
Okay. So it is a tech use test.
Yes. Ah, yes. Look, a boat.
There we go. We're on a boat.
So, sailing on a. So, as you. God damn it. We.
Damn it, Marno.
So, as the boat travels along the many thousands of island mesas that dot the surface of Aventine, darkness starts to set down as the hours whisk away and the waves become a constant companion uh,
Can I
beneath your feet.
can I check how long the day-night cycles last on this planet?
Yes, you can. You can make a navigate surface test to calculate the day night cycle.
Any bonuses?
Well, you can get a plus 20 for the. What's that? For the array thing you have.
There you go.
There you go. So, like, uh, like a like a sailor of old Terra, with some quick math, you are able to figure out that the Aventine day-night cycle is only 18 hours.
I run that and kind of start an internal clock cycle, befitting on the planet.
Indeed. Quick math.
Tarvok.
Yes, Rosalina.
And I'm just going to walk up to him on top of, next to the railing on the ship.
Oh, quick question. Who's piloting this thing?
Dave.
Dave?
Yep.
Yeah, from Mini Wargaming.
Sure.
I mean, I can navigate it. I can operate it.
All right.
Actually,
And that-
navigate surface would still count for this?
Yes. No, operate surface.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Then I'm going to call Tarvok into the helm.
In which I will arrive post haste, or kind of ducking under the lower hanging entryway.
The boat we're on, are we talking like a yacht, or are we talking like someone's boat they take out on the lake?
I'm
This
thinking.
is-
I'm thinking it's more like a yacht. Rosalina would
No,
not take a boat.
No. I am very much aware of what you said last time on what kind of boat you wanted. You want a boat with a glass bottom, or a see-through bottom, not made
Oh
of
yeah,
glass.
so we're on like a tour boat,
Freaky.
which actually works out for us because that's really not suspicious.
I mean, you could pretend to be tourists.
Yeah. So I'm gonna call Tarvok in for a moment and just be like, Tarvok, there's no dangerous creatures on this planet that's, let's just say, the years of working together have become a bit paranoid.
Rosalina, I can guarantee you, after our last excursion on the waters, I made sure that there will be no giant tendrils attacking us.
Very well. And I'm assuming, like, there's no upper deck or anything, it's just one giant, like, longboat? Or what kind of boat is this?
Yes, there is only one quote-unquote deck of this boat.
Alright, so I'm just gonna look through the bottom of the boat and just see... Is the water as crystal clear as it is here?
Yes, it is. The water on this planet is, in fact, it's almost as almost as if you're looking at nothing at all.
Nothing at
But
all.
you can't.
Nothing at
You
all.
can't. Stupid, sexy Flanders. So, as you cruise along the waves, you can see the very colorful flora and fauna as you pass by, with many undersea creatures passing by.
I kind of want to go deep sea diving.
Indeed. However, as sunset turns to night, there is actually, is anyone watching through the glass bottom
Yes.
currently? Well, you're piloting, so you're not doing it all the time.
Well, I rolled an awareness.
Fair enough. And something seems to have happened to the water. Where there used to be nothing but clear blue waters and oceanic life, the water has now turned muddy red.
Tarvok, what is this?
Victor, I already kind of did my. Do I need to make another test on this, or does this count towards my last one?
Which one?
I remember when I was asking about the flora and fauna. I did the lore test.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. You were not aware of any algae blooms? Yeah, it's called algae blooms. You were not aware that any seasonal algae blooms took place on this planet. And even if they did, they wouldn't have this. The color is too vivid to be that.
I checked my aether scope.
Well, roll tech use then.
You see him kind of his one eyebrow kind of furrowing as he. This isn't. There you go.
All right. As you hold up the aetheroscope, it gives you a. It doesn't seem to be able to pinpoint any specific psychic phenomena. This seems to be almost. It seems to be in the background.
So unnatural.
Yes, there is. It's picking up the slightest hint of psychic phenomena, but it is so widespread that you're unable to pinpoint any source. And as you take a look outside of the railing of the boat, you can see that as far as your eyes can see, and they can see pretty damn far, the whole this whole part of the sea seems to have turned red.
I'm gonna go over the microbead really quickly. Morno, can you come here for a moment?
I will walk out or around a pillar or a chair and just I'll be there.
Have you ever seen anything like this?
No. Most places I've been to don't have such large bodies of water.
Right. Let's continue on course.
Oh, go ahead.
Should we proceed regardless of this?
Whatever it is, it doesn't seem harmful. And I myself am going to let out my psychic sense.
And once again, you are struck by the seeming background radiation of psychic power as it emanates through this planet.
Something here's not right.
It's though as the air was contaminated with electricity, except it's etheric in nature.
Can I check planetary records to see if this is a common phenomenon?
You can.
How would that be?
That would be Scholastic Lore Ascalon. As you peruse what data you have on Aventine, you are unable to find any significant records pertaining to such widespread phenomena.
I kind of look to the Rosalind, or go over the comm to Rosalind and say, "This is not natural, nor is this a common occurrence on any world." Huh? Can I check the my multi-compass for ETA till we reach our destination?
Yes, you can.
What's
And no, you don't have to roll anything. We can use your previous navigate test. And if you've calculated this correctly, you will make it there in about 1 more hour of travel. But it will be dark by then.
Do we see any kind of lighting beacon in the distance?
You can see all around you lamps getting lit upon the tops of the island mesas, and the intricate bridges that span between them have starting to light up with glow globes. It is in fact quite a serene scene, if only it weren't for the blood-colored water.
Rosalind, your call. Do we want to wait till the day or continue on?
I'm going to look towards one of my servo skulls and just signal to it to start recording everything.
They aren't recording all the time?
Oh no, they are. It's just to direct them more towards the front.
Fair enough.
I'm going to look towards Tarvok, look back towards Morno for a second and just say, I know who we're after. This might be what they're investigating. We might be able to assist them.
I hope they have more answers.
You think this is Xenos of nature?
I couldn't say.
So the Eldar do nothing of this type.
Well, not the kind I know.
Can I get a water sample?
Yes, you can.
So I'm guessing I just kind of reach one of my mechadendrites down with like a vial. When I pull it up, does it still contain its blood red?
As you pull up the vial and examine the water, I'm going to. Noble, do you mind if Volric is standing next to him?
Sure.
Gross.
Ah.
The blank.
As soon as you pull out the vial and draw it closer and move it move it over the boat itself, Volric is standing next to you, and when it comes within a few feet of him, you can see that the blood red color disappears completely, and it becomes as clear as it was earlier in the day.
See, I was gonna have Volric put his hand in the water, but then I realized, one, the side is probably too high, and two, the boat's probably traveling too fast.
As Volric pontificates on this possibility, there is one thing that you do think of, and that's the glass bottom.
I am silly.
Do you step on it?
Yeah.
As Volric steps on the see-through bottom of the boat, there is almost a moving bubble around him of cleared water. It's quite a stunning sight, if it wasn't so unnerving.
So, it is undeniably etheric.
It would appear so.
As you guys are talking, Volric is just going to be like walking up and down, just watching the bubble as it moves.
Victor, I'd like to conduct another experiment. Now I'm thinking about it.
Oh?
I kind of walk near Volric and open up my hardlock container and pull out a bottle of that black ooze from like season 2, and just hold it next to him to see what happens.
Oh wait, is it the purple ooze?
Yeah, it's the purple ooze.
Yeah.
Ivan ooze.
Yeah.
Very funny.
I get that reference.
Yeah, that's a good reference.
Yeah, it's Power Rangers.
So what happened?
So,
I'm glad I'm not the only one who was thinking of that movie.
I think everyone here has seen that movie.
Everyone
Wait,
has.
So, as Tarvok takes up the container of the blood of Izumat, and isn't that a callback? You can see, you see the golden flecks as they swirl around inside the unmoving purple liquid. As you hold it up against Volric, you can see the golden flecks almost start retreating away from him as they gather up on one side of the vial. I am also amazed that you're still carrying that thing.
Are you really surprised though? Has it not
No,
been established as a hoarder?
no. I know, but I thought you'd like put it away somewhere in the archives or something.
Yeah, where everyone can walk into.
You did secure it somewhat.
But I'm still going to put it back in my hardlock container, which carries vials of many callbacks.
Ah, yes, the container of callbacks. Classic.
But as you hold that up to Volric, he's just going to look at you very quizzically. And what is that?
Oh, it is a substance called the blood of Izumat. Long story. I think we killed it.
You think?
Entities of the psychic realm interesting and fascinating, and quite difficult to extinguish completely. May I have a blood sample?
And at that, he's just gonna kind of like look at you like, what?
And
Before
at that
just-
point, as he says what, I jab him with the with one of my mechadendrite to get a blood sample.
That is another rude.
So,
So
you,
does a blank's essence, like, does the blood of a blank have any special properties?
I can answer this because I believe that Fabius Bile has already tested this, and yes, it does. It is transferred.
Oh god, that would be an amazing thing.
Yeah, I believe that Fabius Bile has his personal needle gun. Well, he can load it with a serum that contains the blood of untouchables.
Well, that's not an idea I'm gonna steal.
Yeah.
Sorry, Fabius Bile has already trademarked it. Can't steal it.
Well, he can sue me.
It's freaking. You just attach a damn hose to freaking Volric and fire it like a super soaker.
Good idea. But no, like, as I kind of collect the blood sample into a vial, I say, Morno, can I borrow you for a moment?
I don't like where this experiment is going.
Don't worry, I'm being genteel about it.
I'm gonna look over to Morno with a slight bit of concern.
I'll just look back at you, questioning.
Tarvak, what is the meaning of this?
Experimentation on how to best defend ourselves, either in the current or the future, against those of etheric nature. Don't worry, she will not come to harm.
Marna,
Yeah,
I'll leave
I
this
think
up
he
to you.
You want to inject me with that?
Oh, no, of course not. This is way too early in the method. I just wish to introduce a small droplet of this blood onto your skin to see how it reacts.
Are we talking about the red stuff or the blood of Izuma?
Not the blood, neither. The blood of a untouchable.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Probably not. Further testing will required.
It would likely burn.
And you see him jutting everything down. His eye has actually turned a deep kind of purple as he's writing all this down. And he kind of mumbles away as he focuses on these works.
I'm gonna look back towards Morno and just say, you get used to that. He tends to do that a lot.
It's just the tools you use are so crude.
He kind of just his head just kind of you hear like a creaking sound as his head like slowly rises up to look at. Oh, and I'm sure the Eldar have their own tech priests or of mechanical stat personnel.
We have something similar.
We will have to discuss this further. I'm interested.
I definitely would say it works much different than the way you all conduct these.
Then
And with that, I'm gonna
perhaps-
give her a cheeky smile and just be like,
I've always wondered how the machine spirits act inside of out of a Xenos weapon, whether or not they do or not at all.
Well, most of our technology does not have a machine spirit, it just has a spirit.
Fascinating. And you see him writing all of this down. And actually, you see him pull out one of his covered up tomes that is blank and like in cover. Hmm. Oh yes, the water. Rosalina, after a small experiment, I have concluded that the water is psychically charged in some way.
Is any xenospecies capable of doing this that we are aware of?
Victor, please tell me this is Laura Raccool.
I did think of it when you said that, so I think you can't fail it unless you roll 100. So yeah, you're aware. This is not proven, mere hearsay and conjecture, that the Xenos in the Coronis expanse quite quite further east, galactically speaking.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's west.
West?
Yeah,
Oh, my
'cause it's
bad.
directly west of Calixus.
My bad. Galactically west. But then again, it is. It really depends where you're looking from.
Victor, tell me about the Raccool.
Yes, you are aware that that there was a phenomena that sounds similar to this one, although it is difficult to tell since the Raccool's psychic potential has yet to have been either A, determined, or B, found out if they actually if they do cultivate that in their own species. It is difficult to tell considering their Xenos nature and the high level of augmentations that they use. It has been theorized by some xenobiologists that they do augment their own psychic potential with a device similar to a psychic hood, but it is implanted into their directly implanted into them.
6 seasons.
Yep.
What
So
the
he will
heck
look
is a
up.
rat ghoul?
Well, a Raccool is a fairly undetermined and fairly unstudied xenospecies that is lizard-like in appearance and known for augmenting their bodies much as the way those of the machine cult do.
And I'm just gonna look. Well, I'm assuming you didn't actually say that. Like, you didn't say anything out loud just yet. You're just thinking to yourself.
Yeah.
Why? He clearly said it. Why would he only be thinking it to himself?
Oh, I wasn't actually asking in character. That was my bad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and here for anybody wondering what a rat ghoul looks like, it is now up on the stream. They are creepy looking. Ah, they have spaceships.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And miniguns.
Huh.
Yeah.
Wow, their spaceships are as big as Imperial ships.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'll be damned. Alright.
They are pretty nomadic and very warlike.
Indeed. But he does mention that he does mention, like, as he's looking through his records. So as for the Xenos nature of it, yes, it could be Vracul, although that is under high debate
And at this point,
still under such.
I'll interrupt and just say, what is a rat ghoul?
A Vracul is a fairly reptilian race that is known for that is highly more advanced than more other minor xenospecies. Is spacefaring and quite hostile. Its psychic nature is still under study and research, and they are known for mechanically altering their bodies much as those of the machine cult.
Morna is going to chuckle a little bit.
Quick question: has Morno ever seen a rat ghoul?
Probably not.
Want to roll for it?
Yeah, let's roll it. Let's say 1 and 3.
Yeah.
So if I roll a 1 to a 33.
I love that. I love these kind of rolls.
Well, we do have to fill in Morino's backstory because, well, she's probably done a lot of things.
I think it's best to leave it ambiguous. I don't think there's a lot she would want to tell, but she did giggle at your when you were talking to Tarvok just now.
Is this conclusion amusing to you, Mona?
It's just the idea of a Monkai calling something else a lesser race or a minor race.
Oh yes. And you are under the servitude of a what now?
Myself.
And at that, I'm gonna giggle. I'm just like, if you're done with this, we're approaching the island.
Indeed.
At this point, he straightens out his tie.
With that, you arrive at a nondescript island, nearly identical to the thousands of others that you've passed already, with a small pier stretching out from the rocky outcroppings.
Alright, I'll bring it in close. Tarvok, tie the ship.
Alright.
And I say ship and then look at the boat and just be like, the boat.
Does this ship have an anchor, or does it have like retros, or how do you stop this particular model of boat?
It's probably just an engine.
Yeah, it has not an outboard engine, an onboard engine.
Alright, then
with propellers. So yeah.
Indeed, I will set out an electric signal to shut the boat off.
And with that, you disembark and tie your boat.
Roshi's Island.
So, as you stand on the pier, you see a staircase leading up, back and forth, until it reaches the top of the island mesa.
Vorik, scout ahead.
Very well. And he's just gonna hop off the boat and just start walking.
Does he saunter away?
Sure.
As he gets far enough away, I'm just gonna hold my head and just be like, God, it gives me such a headache.
Is there any medication that can be prescribed to alleviate those headaches?
Yeah, a couple bullets to that one would do.
You see the one of the guns on his that are MUI'd move.
Relax, he's useful.
As you wish. And at this point, he lights up a cigar, kind of blowing a big cloud of smoke in front of
Morno, you can also scout.
Understood.
Stay out of sight.
Is that wise, Rosalina? This is the home of a Ordo Xenos Inquisitor.
So long as Morno stays out of sight.
And then I get like 1 billion extra degrees of success.
You're invisible.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that there is one character that I can think of that would be able to even have a chance at seeing you. But he's a Black Crusade character, and he's built around awareness. So, let's not. So,
I don't know why you would ever put points into that skill. It's so worthless.
I mean, they would. It allows you to shoot stealthing characters.
No point at all.
I don't know. Just use area attacks on where you know that. I mean, if you're really good at the game, you don't need a perception to tell you where they are.
Yeah, but
you just look at where the GM has placed them on the map.
I mean, that's why awareness is, or that's why, awareness is bad, because the GM is eventually going to tell it to you.
Jesus.
I'm not gonna I'm sorry to get super meta here, but like, I'm GM. You don't make all this stuff up just to be like, oh, I'm just not gonna tell you that.
No, like, jokes aside. Uh, oh my god.
Sorry to get super meta there.
It's okay, but awareness is still useful.
No, it's not.
It is.
It's not.
Alright, alright.
Alright. Speaking of which, the three of you still standing on the pier hear a splashing sound still coming from the boat as you hear a
Like a human grunt or a fish?
human.
I'm gonna
I'm
look
gonna-
back and just
In,
be
in
like,
fact, it's Aubrey Brave Crossing failing her toughness test.
Want me to go check on her?
no, I got her. I'm gonna go and just put my hand around hers and just be like, let's go. No time to be
Mhm.
sick.
You see her wipe away some remnants at this corner, at the corners of her mouth, and she says, "Ah, this. Why does this have to be so uneven?"
Just wait until you're in the void for a long period of time.
At least the ground doesn't move.
That you're aware of.
Ignorance is a bliss.
And with that, I'm just gonna hand her a napkin and just be like, now let's go.
Alright, I want to test something. Ooh. Wait, hold on. No, wait, I'm messing everything up. No.
Oh, Victor's messing everything up.
Oh, this is how that works. I need to move this real quick. As Volric is scouting ahead, he walks along a
He walks this
Hey.
lonely road, the only road that he has ever known.
babe.
He has owl.
Yeah,
Doesn't know where he goes, but it's only him, and he walks with Owl.
uh-huh.
I like
Nope.
that song.
It's a good song. However, I need to do this. Whoop. Aha.
I don't
You arrive
see-
at a large building. However, something seems wrong as one of the gates has been kicked in and the front door is still open.
All I see is a black.
Oh, what the hell? I. Oh wait, hold on. I forgot
Should-
this.
Okay.
Okay. Oh no, I need to fix something. This is bad. I will have to fix it when everybody else shows up. There was a single tick that I forgot to put in a box.
Oh.
But you see it now, right?
Yeah, I see it now.
Okay, good.
And yeah, when he sees this, he's just gonna look at it. And he's just gonna look to Al. Well, do you think something happened to her?
Who are you looking back to?
My servant skull.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I'm sorry. I'm just looking for a relevant test that I have a tick in that I could use to make some yeah.
To
Okay,
make
is
some
it
sense
did
of
it fall
this,
apart? Yeah. Okay.
roll an awareness test.
Yeah, I was hoping I wouldn't have to do that. Such terrible awareness.
If only you had a one tick in awareness, you would have made that.
Yeah, I know.
It's okay. You'll tell us eventually anyway.
Well, you look around, but you're unable to see what caused the seeming unattendedness to this manor state.
He'll go over the microbead and be like, "Well, I'm at a manor, but well, there seems to have been some manner of problem."
A
And I'm just gonna, like, rub my eyes again and just be like,
even over the microbead, this guy gives you a headache.
Go inside, check it out, we're on our way.
Very well. And then you're still gonna hear him over the microbeat as he turns to Al. She's so bossy someday. And he's just gonna
Affirmativo.
and then he's just gonna walk in.
I'm just gonna close off my microbead for a second, look at Tarvok, and just be like, if...
As you enter, you can see a staircase leading up to what appears to be a gallery where portraits of imperial saints and heroes is hung. And to each of your sides, there are hallways draped with fine carpentry.
I'm gonna do what a sane man does and follow his nose. I'm doing an awareness test to see if I can pick up any kind of like smell or scent or smell
Or
Alright.
scent.
or a scent. It would have been amazing if that was the one test.
Yeah, that is true. However, as you sniff into the air, all you can truly smell is the dust that has been kicked up as you walked inside.
Oh, there's a layer of dust.
It is a very thin layer of dust. You didn't spot it when you walked in.
Well, at least we know somebody hasn't been through here in at least what,
Some
couple days.
some amount of days, yes.
And then he's just going to look at Al, kind of gestures to the pictures of saints. Do we know any of them?
Al hovers over each of the paintings and says, I'm very bad at High Gothic, so you'll have to excuse me. Actually, no, he doesn't actually say anything. He just he bobs his head from side to side in a rather unnerving to anyone who isn't used to servo skulls. Well, he's shaking his head, except he's hovering.
Unfortunate. And then he's just going to make a gesture for Al to follow and just start walking this way.
As you walk around, as you enter a door on the right side hallway, you're going to see what appears to be a staircase leading down.
Just gonna look over the ledge and see what I can see down.
There is total darkness down below. However, you do make out the outline of a heavy-set door.
I do have photo contact.
Oh, fair enough, fair enough. As your photo contacts kick in, and you can see perfectly in the darkness, my bad, you do indeed see the stark outline of a heavy-set door.
And you'll once more go over the microbeat. I found a door. It's a very big door. Very heavy.
You found a
Very
door
door.
in a house. Congratulations.
Yes, but it's a very conspicuous door.
Why, did it jump out at you?
More I jumped out at it, I guess you could say.
Do you
But,
feel safe proceeding?
I always feel safe proceeding. And yeah, then you're gonna hear just the heavy thud of him moving down these stairs. Goes to check out the door.
The door seems to be made. All right, I'm about to put everyone else over here. I think I'm just going to do this. There we go. Now everyone else should be seeing nothing but darkness So I need to move Rosalina here, and then
Darkness, my old friend.
The darkness is as pit as the black heart of my soul.
All right, calm down,
Oh.
Corvus.
Oh, just cut
And
my
I
thumb.
put on some eyeliner while I'm at it. Cry about how the Imperium is doomed.
Wait,
Well, I
And
just
I'll
you-
hang upside down in my battleship where I turn off the lights.
But you do all of that anyway.
Shut up.
Ow, I think I just took like 1d5 cutting damage.
from that edge.
Yeah.
And I'm about to break.
Here we go. Okay, that's what I was missing. All right.
Jesus.
Can everybody see themselves?
Yep.
We
I'm
do-
I
gonna
can't.
I'm gonna look at Riza really quickly and just say, stay close to Tarvak.
You see Riza hover over towards Tarvak and take a seat on top of his bionic bookcase.
A mechadendrite gives her refreshments.
Are you giving a small child coffee?
No,
Giving her oil, duh.
no, he carries rations on him.
Sacred unguents.
Instant hot cocoa.
That actually probably wouldn't hurt her.
She
They could run-
probably does eat.
Maybe.
We'll say she does.
Yeah, I would say she does. She's mostly
juice
human.
box.
Yeah, it just it puts up a juice box for her.
Some Crocs crackers.
Aubrey,
Teddy
stay
Murray.
close. Aubrey, stay close to Tarvak as well. Marno, cover me.
I'll nod at you.
And I'm just gonna look in and just be like, let's just start walking in.
As you walk past, you can see inside windows where... quick question. Can you see each other's lines of sight?
No?
Yes, I think.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, can you see Volric is the question.
No.
Okay, then you can't see each other. So, as Rosalina walks inside, she can see the same scene that greeted Volric. Speaking of which, Volric is standing before a heavy-set plasteel door with what appears to be a electronic rune pad.
Does it have any immediate indications of, hey, push this button?
Not, well, you can roll for me a tech use test.
Why not?
So close. As you fumble about, you try and find a button that might be the open door button, but but the inlaid skull on the rune pad has one of its eyes merely blink red every time you push a button.
After several attempts, he's just going to look to Al and sigh heavily. Go find the and he's just gonna make a hand motion like a spider.
How the hell do you make a hand motion like a spider? Does he put both his hands together and it's like, ow?
Yeah, no, it's, okay. So the hand motion I'm making in front of myself is, like you have them like fingertips down here, like wiggling your fingers like that. This is spider.
Tarvak, what broke open this door?
I would like to go into investigation mode and start scanning for signs of las cutters, explosives, anything like that. Victor?
Yes, roll for me a scrutiny test.
1 second. Scrutiny versus perception?
Yes.
I can assist with that.
Oh, thank God you did. Because that brings me up to a 5th. That actually just got me to pass.
Yes. As you inspect the front door, you search for any sign of forced entry, but there is none to be found.
weather damage, perhaps?
No. None that you can see. There is slight. There seems to be slight weathering on the outside of the door, but that is rather natural considering the climate of this planet.
I want to scan like the walls for las bolts, or las burns, pieces of fragmentation.
Before you do, you see Volric's servo skull arrive in front of you, and he seems to be bobbing up and down when he says, "Impossibilis."
What?
He's speaking in High Gothic.
Speak language, and I respond back in language technique, the better language.
You hear him you hear the skull blurt out, "Beep boop."
Hey, Victor, what does that mean?
It means
says-
10010101010101010101011.
Sorry, I lost track after 0.
Oh, let me restate it again. So it was 01000100111010. Did you get that?
0. Okay, yeah. Thank you, Riley.
Yeah.
But joke aside, what the hell is this skull saying?
The skull is saying, "Please follow."
Rosalina, this Volric's servo skull wishes for me to follow.
What, did Volric get locked outside of a door again?
He shrugs his shoulders.
Hold up. What is this? And I'm gonna look into this room. And I
As
already
you look
rolled
inside,
awareness.
as you look, you can see what appears to be a staircase leading down. However, it's the sound you hear, which is a pattern of a rune key being pressed and a beep, click, beep, click, beep.
Tarvok, Marno, let's search the entire first floor first. It seems that Volric is keeping himself occupied.
So, I need you to roll a security test for me, Nubel.
Oh boy. Where's security? Okay, there.
That's how you know he's got it trained.
Oh
Hey,
boy.
I spotted him.
Nope.
Wait. What do you mean? He's in that room. I walked past it.
Wait, what did you say? Sorry?
I saw Volric.
Yeah, you did, and you can you hear him. He's down the staircase. You get a feeling that, considering you know where everyone else is, this must be the one missing person.
Yeah, but Rosalina said to keep checking the first floor, so.
All right, go ahead.
What do I see in this room?
A similar to the other staircase, as you have an optical mechadendrite, right?
I have several means of viewing, yes.
Fair enough. Your optical mechadendrite snakes its way down, and you can see another plasteel, reinforced plasteel door.
Victor, is this a coffin?
Why, yes, it is.
Tarvok considers the demolition kit.
Considering this is an inquisitorial manor, you might not.
Consider the fact that that Tarvok don't care.
I am gonna roll awareness on this.
So, when Rosalina... Whoa. I did not mean to do that. Ah! There we go. So, as you enter into a side room, you can see well, it is a wooden coffin, and it seems to be unmarked.
Actually, I got another idea. I'm gonna roll scrutiny on it.
Scrutiny, you say?
I'm gonna look at it for any actual like marks or scuffing that's like removing marks.
Fair enough. Then roll to see. Oh, you made it. Wait a minute. You rolled against your fellowship.
Oh.
Roll again against your perception and see if you make it.
Well, let's see what the result would have been. 44, 45. Yeah, I don't make it.
No.
Okay. I'm not using that as a reroll. I'm just using that as target.
Yes, we're just checking what you needed to see.
This coffin. It has no markings on it.
Open it.
I wish not to disturb the dead.
Well, we don't know if anyone's in there. Chances are, if they were, well, you'd bury these things, right?
Sometimes. Other times they're left on display for the family to worship.
I'm going to give you a bit of a mortified look.
Don't your people do something similar?
I suppose it could be interpreted that way, but I would say no. The difference is, when we do it, our ancestors are still alive. Well, at least spiritually.
And do you not think that this person's spirit is still fighting? In the grand scheme of things, we are always fighting, whether with our physical or metaphysical form.
Hey Victor, how much does Morno know about souls getting sucked into the warp and eaten by demons after? All Eldar would know that, right?
They know that it happens to Eldar, yes, but whether any Chaos God is interested in any other soul, that would be up to debate.
I'm gonna put the fact that you say that's even up to debate. I think you're pulling a long one there.
I mean,
I think it's pretty ridiculous to conclude that Eldar would not conclude other species did the same, but
well,
yeah.
It is a very specific case with the Eldar because they know what they did, as in birthed Slanesh, and they are they aware that any other race birthed any other Chaos God?
That's not why souls that get sucked into the warp get eaten. Whatever. Anyway.
Do the Eldar know that?
I would assume so. At least the psychic ones. At least farseers and whatnot. But it's probably pretty common knowledge.
Probably. Does Morno have anything that you can roll on to determine that? Wow, she has literally no lore skills.
Nope, not a single one.
Wow. Never mind. Not even common lore Eldar. I feel like
We
she
never gave it to her.
I'm going
There
to
also is no common lore Eldar. There's only forbidden lore.
Not for her.
True.
I actually have an Eldar character that shows you all the things that they're supposed to start with.
I forget what starting skills they had. I don't think... Oh yeah, that's right. I didn't... I only used Morino's profile as a starting point. I didn't actually use character creation for her.
I'm gonna see Morno deep in thought and just say... Regardless, I wish not to disturb the dead, lest I ensue their wrath. And with that, she'll give a sign of the Aquila to the deceased. Wait, did I cut out?
No, you didn't.
Okay. Now I'm gonna continue down the dark, spooky hallway. Swear to God, if a zombie hits one of these windows, I'm gonna lose it. Feels like freaking Resident Evil up in this.
Resident Evil with melta guns would be a lot less interesting. Oh look, it's Mr. X. Blam. I know you're super tough, but listen, this gun dissolves you at a subatomic level.
What the hell is this thing?
Well, I can describe to you what you're seeing.
Is that a catapult with a dead body on it?
No.
It's called a corpsepole.
Oh, okay.
As you
Sorry.
enter into the octagonal room, you see upon the walls, you see unreadable alien screeds covering every wall, pages of diagrams and equations cluttered on the floor, and at the center of this room lies a gruesome tableau, a stone archway covered in wires and tubes, all connected to the bodies of several dead xenospecies, including what appears to be an Eldar psyker. Only a single piece of text remains legible, scrawled hastily in blood. Keep them out.
What in the Emperor's name is this? Marno, stay back.
Too late.
Nope.
Oh, she's already seen this.
Oh, yeah, I took a peek in there.
Yeah. Eldar, Morano's unnatural perceptions was able to quite clearly spot the Eldar physiology as it was mangled next to the stone archway.
I want to know what this creature is. Or was.
Which one? There's three.
The Eldar. I'm gonna kneel down to it.
Do you have Forbidden Lore Eldari?
Yes, I do.
Roll it.
I did.
Oh, you did. Never mind. I was being
Not paying attention.
blind. Not paying attention to the chat. So, as you look down, you recognize it as an Eldar psyker, but it doesn't seem to fit the. It's not similar. Here's the strange thing. Would Rosalina know like the names that are used or the designations?
Well, she did study with Tarvok on the Eldar.
True. She recognizes the rune that has been heavily mangled upon a piece of clothing as the rune of the craft world of Bieltan.
Those guys never catch a break.
And and with what little information you're able to gather of the corpse, you recognize the type of psyker as being a shadow seer.
Marno, you don't come from Bieltan, do you?
I do not, but I've heard much of the Swordwind.
Still, it is one of your people.
They are. Well, in the same regard that a human is one of your people.
That is fair. I'm gonna actually roll awareness on this body really quickly. And I'm gonna see if it has, like, what does it still have on it if it has a spirit stone on it.
Noble, roll for me 3 more security tests.
Well, I assume Morno at least knows about the webway, right?
Oh, yeah, that's not. You don't have to roll for that.
I'm going to walk up to Rosalina and say, I have an idea of what could have happened. I'm not sure if it's correct or not, but it's a possibility.
Go ahead.
Swordwind is quite brutal. But now that I mention it, if they had been the ones to wreck this place, they would have most certainly recovered this individual.
You think the Eldari came in here?
I did until I thought about it. But if if the Swordwind had came here, they would have taken this they would have taken, she's kind of stumbling over her words. I'm gonna have her step forward and make, I'm just gonna look, is there a soul stone?
As you look about, you cannot see this Eldari's soulstone.
Well, yes, I am proposing it could have been the craft world. In which case, we are in danger. If the Swordwind was to appear and saw a bunch of Monkai, they would not be as tolerant as I am.
That is fair, but diplomacy can get us further than sword.
I think that they're the type to prefer sword.
Then it's a good thing I bring two. But I am going to look to see if... The thing that I'm actually looking for is where the soulstone would be on her, or him, and if it was torn off or just removed. And I already rolled awareness for that.
It seems to have been removed, although it is difficult to tell with the state that the Eldari body is in.
Well, regardless, I'm going to bow my head and then stand up and look at the other two bodies. She said there's 3 bodies, right?
Yes, there is. I need to check if you have the prerequisite lore for this.
No, is the answer.
No, because you only have 1 Xenos lore.
Morno, have you ever seen these things?
Victor, I'm guessing that I have not, but if you'd like, let's make a percentile.
Let's make a percentile roll. Let's give you a 50-50 shot at recognizing one of them.
Okay.
It's mostly for the state it's in.
Let's say that if I get 75 or 76 or higher, I recognize both.
Yeah.
Okey-dokey.
Nice. You do. Let me grab a tiny thing. I need to know a name because I have forgotten it. It is called... there we go. You recognize the front one, the one whose skin has been completely burned off. It is actually quite easy to recognize, considering that its jutting jawbone is filled with rows and rows of ugly teeth. It is a rather. It seems to have this creature, which you recognize as being an orc skeleton. Its head seems to the top of its head seems to be missing.
Okay, and the other one?
The other one is something that you've only heard described to you, but you recognize it as being a Nikasar.
Not the pancake bear.
No,
That's
it's
what they are. I'm gonna speak up to Rosalina and say, this one is just an orc. The other one is more exotic.
Just an orc. And all of its skin burned away.
Is the skin burned away?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, yeah, so it's been sterilized. Yes, well, I doubt she wanted more, or, well, I doubt whoever's this. Do we know for sure that this is that this is Green Dress's place?
Yes, you are. You are quite certain that you are in the right place.
Somehow I doubted one of yours would appreciate having a brood of orcs festering in their basement.
Good. Thank the Emperor for small miracles. Alright.
I need Rosalina and Morno both to roll an awareness test.
I'm gonna make a senescence too.
Fair enough.
I mean, yeah. Do you mind if I do as well?
That is fine.
It's okay. You're gonna pass the awareness test now. That way we're complete opposites. Yeah, we're complete opposites.
Mm-hmm. Rosalina extends her psychic sense, but I need you to roll a willpower with a plus 30.
Whew.
For you. As she extends her psychic sense, she is only met by the gruesome after effects that was the deaths of these psychers. As she
Yeah.
can hear the echoing shouts in the Empyrean.
Wait, so I'm aware that they're all psychers?
Yes,
Even the orc?
even the orc.
Oh my.
I'm
He
gonna
did say the
look to
top of
them.
his head was missing.
Yeah, that's pretty weird.
Ed Bang.
Ah.
It's one of his psychic abilities. I'm gonna look towards them really quickly and just be like, they're all psychers. And then I'm gonna make a startling realization and just be like, minor races have psychers. And look towards the other corpse, this one.
Do you say minor races?
Yes.
Giggle.
Morino, you on the other hand, you hear, coming from above you,
Rosalina, there's something on the floor above us. I'm going to immediately, after giving her a moment to absorb that, I'm going... First I'm gonna go stealth, and then I'm gonna try to go up the stairs to scout it out.
alrighty.
Morno, please be careful. We're dealing with the Orozinos. They're experts at hunting Xenos.
Somehow, I'm going to hesitate as I'm at the gap of the door. I have no desire to end up like the other one.
I'll come in right behind you.
It's just, I was thinking that if it was one of my people, it would be better if I was the one to talk to them. The sword wind would, well, likely attack you on sight.
And with that, I'll bow my head and just say, and if it's one of my people?
Same issue, but I predict that I have a better chance of escaping or evading your people than you do of evading mine. With that, I will go up the stairs.
I'm just gonna think to myself, did she just doubt me?
So,
It's not that I doubt you, it's that she thinks Bealtown will kill you.
Oh, Victor, are these stairs right here and here?
yes.
I'm gonna head up this way then.
Alright. As the two of you make your way up to the second floor, Morno, you arrive in another circular room, which seems to be which seems to function as it's mostly a staircase leading up and down the side of on the side of the building. However, as you look inside, you can see, as you look inside the only exit out, you see a large number of crates draped in some kind of, I say cloth, but it's tarp is closer
Tarp
to what I'm
and
thinking.
works.
Yes, that's good. Actually, I'm going to keep. I removed Morino because she's not technically on the map, but I'm going to keep her on the staircase because I don't have a second floor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm just going to keep you there and describe narratively. You see that the lights are turned off, but your Eldari eyes adapt quickly to the darkness. And roll another awareness for me. You see, further back, near the back end of this room, a low, hunched figure crawl past a quick opening. It is difficult to tell what it looked like, as it was
It
concealed
crawled.
by some boxes.
It crawled like on all fours.
Yes, it looked to be. You spotted its back.
Was it orange?
Was it humanoid?
Oh, don't ask that question to Victor. He doesn't know what humanoid means.
Yeah, I do.
Wait, I don't get
And-
the joke. Why doesn't he get what humanoids mean?
There was a whole joke about it. Don't worry. I'll tell you
apparently-
afterwards.
Apparently, Hormagaunts are humanoid.
No, they're not.
No, I said warriors are.
Oh, yeah, they are.
You argued that Hormagaunts were too.
No, I strictly said warriors.
Oh no, the bickering is happening back on Jojo.
Yeah, I was about to say, what's the name of that planet again? It was Jovan 4.
No, it's just Joban.
Okay.
But yeah, they're arguing about humanoid now. So,
I'm going to over the microbead so that I can do it super quiet. Tell Rosalina there's something here, and it's not what either of us anticipated as far as I can tell. I don't know if it's dangerous, but I don't like it.
Alright. I'm heading up another staircase. We can flank it. And with that, I'm going to draw my sword, and I'm also going to go and just say, Tarvok, there's a room with 3 psychic creatures. They're all dead. I need you to do a thorough investigation of this. Find out what happened here. I'm marking it on my data slate, and I'll send it to you via servo skull.
you said that you sent that to the Warband frequency, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. In that case, Volric, you hear the mentioning of dead psychic creatures. Do you continue? Do you continue your futile efforts so far, or do you want to investigate that thing?
He'll go over the microbead. You said psychic entities?
Yes.
And they're dead. And actually, it might be best if I keep distance just for the fact of don't want my field, muddying up in. And he's just going to. You're just going to hear him grumble to himself and then press the button again and then the beat decision.
3 more security tests. I mean, if you try enough combinations, you should eventually get in there.
One day. One.
Someday, and for the rest of your life.
They had a museum exhibit at the museum where I would go to as a kid. And they had a safe there. And they offered a reward to anyone who could crack the safe. I don't think anyone could crack the safe. I think they had it bolted shut on the inside.
Boo.
That's what I think. But then again, I heard someone else say that, like, no, it's just a small payout. But I think it was rigged.
More than likely.
More than likely, yes.
I mean, I never figured it out as a small child, so what other excuse could there be?
Clearly.
So with that, I'm going to head up the other staircase.
Indeed. Morino, as you walk further into this attic,
Mm-hmm.
you see out of from the left side a human figure, rather.
Are they alive?
Yes, in fact, it's Rosalina.
Oh. I'm going to indicate the direction I saw the creature crawl.
I guess I will look for said creature. I'm gonna have my sword drawn and I'm gonna activate the power field and light my holy brazier to give as much light in this area as possible.
As you do, you see in the corner of this room, you walk closer, and the edge of one of the boxes reveals to you what appears to be an orange simian.
What in the Emperor's name is this thing?
Well, out of character, I know immediately what it is.
Well, yeah, it's a
Goodness
Jakaro.
if I met- Yeah, goodness if I met it enough.
Yeah. But I'm just gonna look at it and just be like... And I'm gonna raise my sword to it and just be like...
The simian looks up at you and tilts its head as if examining you.
I hate to bring this up, but if you look in the chat, this makes it kind of ironic and hysterical that I responded to Nooble by saying, ah, but what about orangutans? Orangutans.
What about him?
Here we are.
Well,
Indeed.
I'm gonna stare at this thing and just... As it raises its hand, is it going to attack or is it trying to defend itself?
No, you see it raise its paw facing upwards.
It's a hand, not a paw.
Fair enough. It raises its hands up to you as if it's waiting for something.
I didn't have hands, it's an 8.
Yeah, sorry. Hands.
As it's doing what?
It's holding its palm is facing upwards as if it's waiting for something.
And I'm just gonna keep my ground and just say, well, what are you doing?
As soon as you ask, the creature's hands move back towards the ground as it seems to be tinkering with something.
Blasted Xenos technology. And I'm just...
Rosalina, have you ever seen a creature like this before? It kind of looks like a human.
This thing looks human.
It has all the same features.
It has all the same features as you, and I would not call this thing an Eldar.
I wouldn't go that far. It looks nothing like me.
It looks nothing like me either.
Oh, this is great.
And I'm just gonna look back towards the creature. You there, what are you doing?
He holds up some strange mechanism and presents it to you.
I'm just gonna look at it, and I'm gonna scrutinize it.
The mechanism or the creature?
First one, then the other. This is the creature, and then this is the mechanism. And I'm gonna re-roll on the creature, because I want to know. Never mind.
It is difficult to tell. The creature seems calm and gentle enough, but you never know with those Xenos.
It does not speak, and it seems to be friendly.
There is not... And at that, I'm going to stop myself and look over to you and just be like...
I'm gonna have an eyebrow raised, staring at you, waiting for you to continue.
Tarvok, we've located an orange simian.
Well, he kind of raises his head up from looking at this thing. Orange simian. Can I tap into the visual feed of the
Servo skull?
your servo skulls with you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes,
I
you
tap
can.
into it. Victor, do I know what this is? Because
You can roll for me Forbidden Lore Xenos all.
Instant pass.
Instant pass. Yeah, this is a Jokero.
Oh, by the great forges of Mars, a Jakaro.
A what?
A Jakaro, a simian-like creature I believe they are. What's the word I'm looking for? Are they sanctioned, or what's the deal with them?
They
and
are
the
actually sanctioned by the Imperium.
Yes,
I,
sanctioned by the Imperium.
the fact that you gave a, I can give you the book description.
Kind of want to know this.
All right. Let's see. The Chikara are an ape-like, are an alien race, ape-like in appearance, who are capable of tremendous technological and logical feats, who also specialize in miniaturization technology. In appearance, they are heavy-set, orange-furred apes who bear a passing resemblance to orangutans of ancient Terra, with retractable fingers and toes. Their physical form can be misleading to outsiders, as they are techno-savants without equal. They are proven to a fascinating species to outsiders, and none are sure whether they are truly intelligent, despite the fact they are capable of remarkable acts of engineering, construction, and problem solving. This is, in fact, their most notable ability, as they are technically brilliant with an innate, genetically structured understanding of technology. Their capabilities, blah, 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 and that should probably be
That is enough.
enough.
And he actually has a bright smile on his face as he's looking and says, "Yes, in fact, one of Larician's weapons. Do you remember that tiny finger weapon mounted on his finger that caused much catastrophe when used?
Yes.
It was a weapon by their design. Sure, truly.
You there,
Rosalina, may I?"
Jacaro.
Hmm?
Are you friendly?
You don't. The creature doesn't seem to reply. He just stares at you.
I'm gonna give it a hand sign for follow me. And just tell it in plain Gothic, follow me.
As soon as you give it the hand sign, the creature stows the mechanism away in the folds of its fur, but you're unsure where it's keeping it. But it stands up on the knuckles of its hands and then waits for you to walk.
I'm gonna start walking. I'm not gonna turn my back on it, but I'm gonna walk in a way to walk towards the stairs and walk back down.
As you do, the Jacaro trundles along on all four, and every time you stop, it merely sits down on its backside.
Victor finally gave me what I wanted.
A Jacaro?
Yeah.
Well, it's not really a gift.
Tarvok, this is the Jacaro. According to Marno, it looks like you.
Oh no, he has long cast aside his form.
Oh, actually, with this, he'll actually look at Marno. I appreciate the compliment. Most people do not recognize my mechanical genius.
And at that, I'm just gonna put my hand in my hand and just be like, okay.
Victor, I rolled a linguistic so can I try to communicate with the girl?
You can.
Okay, so do I know if they have a vocal speech or if it's only hand sign?
You are unaware that the Jacaro vocalize or hand sign at all.
Alright, so I'm gonna try Linguitechna first and say,
Alright.
hello there, my name is Tarvok.
There is no reply from the Jacaro, but it is looking at you.
I will hold out a piece of technology that I created to see if it shows any signs of a
What specific piece of technology is it?
Let's see, what do I have that I've built? I have a lot of things I've built. Oh yeah, I will unstrap my my recap distributor.
Do you hold it out in front of them?
Yes.
The Jacaro stands up on its back legs and puts its hands around the recap dispenser as if to take it.
I let him.
When you do, you see when he takes hold of the recap dispenser, Tarvok, you note that each of the fingers on its hands seem to hold some sort of ring upon it.
Digital tools.
The Jokero takes the recap dispenser and trundles back towards one of the walls, sits down, and leans up against the wall, and you can see tiny extremities start to elongate themselves out of the rings as the Jokero seems to be inspecting the recap dispenser with great enthusiasm.
As he's doing that, I look to Rosalina with a smile and kind of motion towards it. Fiercely intelligent and often used by the Inquisition as mechanical staff.
What kind of... That is used by the Inquisition.
Yes, ma'am. Quite handy, actually. They lack the restrictions of the Adeptus Mechanicus and the ability to create things on the fly, almost as if they manifest them out of nowhere, is quite impressive. You see him actually. This is one of the few times you actually see him actually excited.
Tarvok,
Yes.
what about biological?
What do you mean?
Can they fix flesh and blood?
With this, his kind of smile diminishes into a more solemn look, and then kind of looks up to Reason, then to you. It is possible I could, and I kind of let out a sharp whistle. Jokero.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, Tarvok, no. Not until I've seen testing. Let me... And at that, you see her visually take a step back and just call Reezer to a side.
With that, he undoes the straps that he was kind of keeping her safe with. And as he watches Reezer pull away, he calls to the Jokero to motion forward.
The Jokero sets down the recap dispenser that it was inspecting and walks over to Tarvok.
And at this point he holds out his palm and flashes him the sign of the Inquisition that is on his palm.
The Jokero simply taps with one of its fingers into the palm that is lit up.
Tarvok, friend.
No reply from the Jokero.
No motion or anything?
I'm gonna look at it and do this sororitas hand sign for friend.
It looks at you, but it is difficult to tell since the ape, since the simian creature doesn't show the same emotional cues as humans do.
I'm gonna try to offer it food.
Well, sitting here with this ape is interesting and enlightening. We need to find the Inquisitor.
Oh yes, of course. Jokero. Sorry?
No, go ahead.
He looks in and says, Jokero, where is your master?
You see the orange-furred simian look to his left and to his right, but then he looks back at you with no change in features.
Missing? As he's kind of, and as I'm doing this, I'm actually like doing hands, trying to talk with my hands.
Talk like a New Yorker.
Yeah, pretty much.
Did you try binary or technolinguist with it?
I did.
No reply.
I'm gonna keep translating. I'm gonna keep translating everything he's saying in sororitas hand signs.
Right, real quick before we continue, Noble, give me 3 more security tests, and after that you can try something else.
All right.
Alright. and I kind of tell him, we are going to try to find your Inquisitor. Would you assist us? And I offer him like a place. I actually motion for my my shoulder and bookcase.
Bleep. The the skull built into the rune pad goes green.
You're just gonna hear over the microphone just him cackling like an idiot.
Bring that creature with us. Let's meet up with Volrak.
I offer my hand to the Jakero.
The Jakero takes it, and
I lift him up onto my shoulder.
And he seems to be hanging off off your bionic bookcase, its arms outstretched.
And I make sure to reattach my recap array and offer it a cup of coffee.
It does not seem interested.
Fair enough.
Does Riza sit next to him?
Yes. Well, no, she's on top of the bookcase. He's hanging off one of the bars on the side.
Yeah, one of the hanging bars that y'all hold on to when he's in transport mode. Oh yeah, Victor, completely forgot because I was distracted by Jakiro. What the hell am I looking at?
Oh, that thing? It's a stone arch with tubes and wires leading into the dead corpses.
Did they?
It's quite literally a webway gate.
I was gonna ask Rosalind, did you ascertain what this was? By the way, I was distracted.
Some type of psychic field is my guess.
What would this be? Forbidden lore?
Forbidden lore Eldar?
Do I have that? I do, but barely.
Actually, I know what it is, because... Oh, well, I could do the Forbidden Lore Eldar. Boop. Nope. I knew what the creature was. I didn't know what the actual archway was.
Archway was. No. Torwak, as you inspect this stone archway, you recognize it as being a portal of some description. However, putting two and two together, you are able to figure out that whatever powered this thing seems to have been, well, it seems to have run out of juice, quote unquote.
Jakero?
No, Storm. This portal over here.
Oh, okay.
And
It's a portal?
That's all I can figure out. It's a portal of some sort. Does it have any runes or markings on it?
It does.
And I recognize them as Eldari.
Yes.
So it's a portal of some kind. Rosalind and Morno, what were you able to ascertain about this from your inquiry?
Well, this one, and I point to the Eldar, was a member of the Swordwind. I'm going to look over at your bionic library and look down at it. Do you know about them?
Unfortunately, my research into Eldar was halted as I had to do research on the you-know-what, and he shakes his head.
Well, they pursue the Empire of Old by any means necessary. And when I say that, I'm going to make it quite clear that I mean lots of violence.
I see. Are they a large organization?
They are one of the largest groups of my people.
So, and so an Ordo Xenos Inquisitor would be quite the target for them.
Well, if they did this, a gesture over to the body, then yes.
Huh. This is disturbing. I'm guessing highly combat trained?
They are all masters of combat. It's the pride of their craft world.
So negotiations will be damn near impossible.
I can try, but they probably won't even be receptive to me since I'm an outsider.
With this, he kind of puts his original pair of arms onto his side and says, "So this is not going to be like the Fur-Elise incident, is it?" Looking to Rosalina.
No.
I will speak up again and say, although they would speak to me before trying to kill me, unlike the rest of you.
Yes. Do you know how large do they generally strike out in? Do they strike in? Would we be dealing with a strike force of tens, 20s, 100?
Well, for a single Inquisitor, I would imagine probably around 10, probably no more than 20. It seems like the job that a single shrine could do.
This is very much. He kind of takes a cigar out of puts it in his mouth and says, but he doesn't light it. But he looks at Rosalina. This is definitely not going to be like the Fur-Elise incident.
Of course, a single shrine of Bealtown warriors would be, well, quite the match.
Regardless, we have to pursue.
Of course.
The Inquisitor is our prime target. We need to find them. Save them if needed. And ask about their experimentation if they're willing to divulge it. Though I doubt they will.
I have returned.
So, and with this, he'll actually offer a cigar to the monkey.
The monkey takes the cigar, but he merely inspects it before throwing it away.
I'd correct you and be like, that's an ape, excuse me? But I'm playing an Eldar who calls humans monkeys, so...
Well, if we all come from Jakero, why are there still Jakero?
You should think Marta realized. Just never mind.
Sorry.
That was good.
Alright. With that, I'm gonna look to all of us and just say, make sure that thing doesn't touch my daughter. But let's make our way towards the basement. I think I heard Volric finally get in.
Of course.
Alright, I'm just gonna move everyone. Hey, get back here. Yeah. And whee!
As I'm walking, as I'm kind of on autopilot, my focus is just sorely on this Jakero as I'm still trying to communicate with it. But I did give it a piece of tech to play with.
Yes, it seems to be working. Wait, which piece of tech again was?
I'll give it my Auspex.
Ooh, damn!
I have one built in.
I may have to roll on a table once he has it.
Yes. Sorry.
Hold on, I'm gonna mute my mic because I think my dice dropped behind it.
Okay.
I'll do this for saying I have the monkey.
Do the monkey with me.
Dun, dun, dun. Oh, he can do it 3 times.
I'm still giggling that Marno and Rosalina just took dirty shots at each other, saying that the monkey looks like each other.
That wasn't a dirty shot. She was being genuine. She doesn't understand that it's wrong to tell Monkai they're Monkai. In her society, it's just accepted that you're all inferior.
I took it as a compliment.
Not Rosalina. You called her an ugly monkey.
I didn't call her ugly. And it's not the first time Morno's called you a monkey.
Apparently she's an animal in bed, at least.
Oh, wow. Knight?
What's up?
This is funny. So I rolled on the modifications for your Auspex, and I'm only going to do one because it's such a small piece of tech. And I rolled a motion predictor. Congratulations, you now have the scanner from Aliens. Boop, boop,
Nice.
Boop.
just
That's
gonna-
not terrifying.
I'm gonna look to that thing after it does that. Does it like do a little celebration or something?
No, it simply hands Tarvok back his Auspex.
Tarvok, what did that thing just do? Are you just trying to keep it entertained?
Quite actually, both. The Carol have a knack for upgrading tech already and founded by the Imperium. Quite impressive, actually. The Mechanicus, Victor, I'm gonna assume the Mechanicus hate these guys.
They have it's a combination of things. It depends honestly on who you ask within the Mechanicus. The xenobiologists they love studying these, but they don't like the theological implications of the Jokero having way better miniaturization technology.
Well, Tarvok loves this thing, and Tarvok will kind of hold out the Auspex for you to inspect. You can have it if you'd like. It's quite impressive the upgrades these things can do, and I give him a firm hand.
I'm gonna hand it. I'm just gonna look at it and just be like, "You work on tech," and I'm just gonna signal and say that in hand signs.
The Jokero looks at you, but in its characteristic non-reply.
I'm gonna. All right, hang on. I gotta decide what I want to give this thing just to have fun with it. I am going to hand it. Yeah, I'm gonna hand it Redemption's Light. I'm gonna hand it a Meltagun.
Your Meltagun?
I'm gonna put the safety on and remove all the ammunition from it.
Fair enough. As you do, as you hand it the Meltagun, it takes it and drops to the floor and starts walking back towards one of the staircases.
Follow it for a moment.
You follow it?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye on this thing.
As you do, you follow it back towards the second story, which seems to have been allocated to storage spaces. And you seem to find that Jokero has created some kind of corner out of it for itself, with tools and bits of technology strewn about.
This thing is fascinating.
Oh, if the worst is to come, I would like to bring it back with us, if at all possible.
I wouldn't inherently be opposed to that. It seems useful.
And quite adorable, actually.
It's a Xenos.
He looks to you, and then to Marino, and then back to you.
Point taken. And actually, no, she's gonna look back to you with a slight confusion because you technically don't know about her relationship.
Well, I mean, I know that you not that relationship. I do know that you trust her. Like, I know your emotional tie to her.
I'm just gonna look at you and just be like, it's completely different between me and her.
I hate to be the one to say this, but I know for a fact that Aristide and Thalia knew about it. And Tarvok's the main person who Thalia talks to.
Yeah.
I'd assume that he's still keeping it on the down low, though.
Oh, he doesn't blurt it about, but he probably knows.
He's doing that thing where he moves his eyebrows up and down, or more or less, he's making simple implications. Is all.
Okay.
That's a card to play for another day.
And I'm just gonna look at the Jokero work.
Well, it seems to be working along, and once again, the tools from its digits.
Can I try to help?
Can you try to do what?
Help the Jakiro.
Do you try?
I wouldn't get in its way.
As you move closer, do you like put like how would you help that thing?
Well, what's it working on?
Well, it seems to be inspecting the meltagun for now, looking over every single facet, and
I will lay down the schematics for it.
the Jokero does not seem to, doesn't even look at them.
You whore.
Tarbok language. I
You
am.
courtesan.
There you go.
You escort.
All right.
My apologies.
Ah,
Can you imagine if your career was considered an inappropriate work? Damn, I feel bad for sex workers. Anyway,
We're streaming. Please, I want to stay monetized and PG.
anyway,
fair enough.
my point very strongly stands. But anyway, you're right. Not the place.
I agree with you, but yeah.
All right, moving swiftly along.
What's this puppy doing?
Again, it seems to be taking its time to work.
Oh yeah, so the room we're in, can we scan it?
Sure, go ahead. Roll an awareness with your own specs.
Plus 60.
Mm-hmm. So, as you scan around, you can tell that most of these boxes seem to be filled with mundane supplies. You know, ammo, rations, clothing of various sorts, that sort of stuff.
What quality of rations?
Common. Nothing specific.
Do I have rations?
I think you do.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I have best quality rations. I don't have regular rations.
let me actually... Yeah. While you two are busy doing that, Volric, you opened that door a long time ago. Let's actually have you walk inside of it.
All right.
So, Volric, as the door finally bleeps and turns green, you hear a loud click happen behind the door, and then a thunk.
He's just gonna look over to Al with a very
As he knows.
and yeah. So the
Does
door's
Volric,
open.
Volric has High Gothic, right?
He should. I don't.
Yeah. You recognize Al's. You recognize that word that Al uses, and he's quoting ancient Terran poetry. It's the shortened version of it. Something about fools rushing in where angels fear to tread.
See, but I cry when angels deserve to die.
Yeah, and then well, okay. At what Al says, he's gonna go like, well, we walked beside the angels once. I don't think they feared much. So let's go.
Affirmativo. And
Yeah, he's gonna walk.
as you open the door, it screeches open, and inside your photo contacts adjust quickly to the darkness. But what you see seems to be a hallway that leads from the right to the left, and at about 3 meter every 3 meter interval, you can see another steel plasteel door, but this one seems a lot less advanced than the one you just went through. In fact, it looks downright medieval.
As in I can just open, right?
As in, there's it's a plasteel slab with some bars to look through.
You'll walk up to it and look in.
as you inspect some of these cells, you can see that most of them seem empty, but you approach one of them and you look inside, and there's a slight blue glow that your photo contacts uh, lessen your dark side, and you can see that it appears to be a stasis coffin. Remind yourself that you are looking at this thing through the bars on the plasteel door.
Yeah.
So you're still standing outside the cell.
Yeah, I know. I was actually about to ask if there was a way to open the door from right here.
As you inspect the door itself, it seems that there is a locking mechanism on the outside of it, which happens to be where you're standing.
Okay. Going to open it, and I'm going to go over the microbeam. Oh, what were you going to say, Vicky?
I was just going to say, as you twist the locking mechanism with a loud metallic clank, the the plasteel door comes loose. Go ahead.
I appear to have found a stasis coffin. And he's just going to kind of gesture around himself like the people on the other side of the microbead can see him. Well, I would assume a prison or holding facility or storage.
Does it say anything on it?
Doesn't say.
It is difficult to tell with the photo contacts. While they do make things a lot easier to see in the dark, attempting to read anything finely detailed is difficult without getting closer.
Okay, well, I'm gonna open the door and I should probably do an awareness test because I'm fantastic at those.
Mm-hmm. I have a feeling I know what you're gonna buy after this session.
Yeah, I was gonna get one-on-one, but yeah, no, much better, much more sound investment. Yeah.
So, while this is happening, is anyone else descending down to join Ulrich?
I'm gonna stay by Rosalina.
I'm still observing the Jacaro recording.
Is Rosalina still observing the Jacaro?
Tarvak, keep an eye on him.
Of course.
Return my meltagun when you get the chance.
Of course.
Aubrey, stay with Rosalina. Stay with me, apparently. Stay with Tarvak. I'm heading down. Marno, please come with me.
As the two of you descend down the spiral staircase, well, it's not a spiral, it's more of a corner. As you descend the corner staircase, you can see Ulrich entering into one of the cells, and you just catch the back of him as I'm guessing you light up your torch?
My torches and braziers are lit.
Fair enough. With that...
Excuse me.
Whoa.
Sorry, sneezed.
Just sneeze. It's very, very bad for you to hold in a sneeze.
Meh.
You can pop blood vessels and stuff.
You can do that sneezing too.
Yeah, but it's not likely. But moving on. So, Ulrich, do you approach the stasis coffin?
Yep.
You see the coffin standing upright, bolted into the wall. Inside the bluish glow of the stasis field, you can see what appears to be a stick-thin figure that appears to have been bound up with its arms crossed across its chest. Looking closer, you can see that its skin is pale, and its teeth needle-like. honestly, actually, you know what? No, it fits. However, the biggest giveaway are its ears, which just so happen to be pointy.
Is that a possessed Eldar?
I thought we weren't there. Did we go with them? I'm sorry, I must have missed it.
We're at the end of the hall.
Yeah, you've. When Walrick walked in, I'm gonna take a wild guess that Rosalina and Moreno like followed and are now standing at near the cell door, but outside.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I'll roll awareness on it before I say anything.
No,
Okay, then I won't say anything.
can't tell. Well, you can see the thing. Walrick is standing before it, but its head is clearly visible.
I'm gonna roll. Would a demonology roll work here?
You can try to see if it's a demon or not.
Yeah, because like my immediate thought was it was that like vampire demon, the warp Xenos thingy.
Ah, right. Enslavers?
No. They're like legitimate vampires.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
vampires.
They show up in the Iron Guard book.
I think they're quite literally just called vampires.
Vampire. But yeah, as you examine this creature, you cannot tell. Well, its alien physiology does not seem to show any mark of chaos upon it. Whatever it is, it's not mutated. However, Morino, as soon as you see inside this cell, you can immediately tell that this is one of your wayward cousins. It's a Drukari.
I see. Then I will go ahead and tell that. I'll go ahead and speak up and say, this one is not of my people.
This is where Rosalina can say, but he looks just like you.
What is it?
They come from a different place.
The physiology.
It's said to be a gigantic, massive, dark city.
Are you speaking of...
Roll forbidden lore for me before you say that.
Well, I mean, I know what the Drukari are.
Yeah, but would you know about that detail?
No, I'm actually just going to say, are you speaking of the Drukari?
Ah, right. That you do know.
I'm just going to look at her and just say, are you speaking of the Drukari?
I am.
I wonder, do Imperials still refer to them just as Dark Eldar?
I don't believe
so. Right.
Pretty sure they do. I think Drukari is the Eldari, Asuryani word for it.
You're probably right, honestly.
Regardless, copyright Drukari. Your fluff doesn't matter in the name of the law.
Got a copyright there. Totally original ideas, after all.
Be gone, Fluff.
Anyway, I'm going to look towards Marno and say, that thing is a Drukari.
Yes.
And with that, I'm just going to light up my sword. Why is it here? No, I know the answer to that.
Something to do with your Inquisitor, I'm sure.
Regardless, let's move forward.
Agreed.
Volk is just gonna. I'm sorry, go on.
No, you first. You first.
No, I was just gonna say Volk just kind of gestures at it. Are we just going to leave it here?
This is an inquisitorial facility of the Ordo Xenos. We have no right to meddle with her work. Well, by all means we do, but we shouldn't.
I was about to say.
I think that we should pursue any means to find your Inquisitor before we start worrying about treading on her toes. I'm going to point around to the state of the man, or actually, we're in the hallway. I'll say it. The state of the mansion makes me think that she did not leave willingly.
Or alive.
Yes.
The Dukari and the Eldar, the Asinari, they hate each other, don't they?
They represent something that we've moved past. It's... Most of us feel... Well... They embarrass us.
In the same way the enemies embarrass us, I'd assume.
Yes.
Very well. Let's keep moving.
So, as you walk past more cell doors, again, most of them are empty. However, you reach another one with another stasis crypt. This one is... It is impossible to tell based on the shape of the creature that is inside. It seems to not fit quite perfectly in, and it seems to take up the entire space of it.
And the Emperor's name is that. Tarvak, and I'm gonna again transfer the feed from the servo skull to him. What is this thing?
Do I need to roll a lore on that, Victor?
Yes, you do.
Would this fall under?
This would fall under See Knows All, because you have no idea what this thing is.
Instant pass.
Instant pass. Perfect. Well, in that case, I need to open up a thing. Just because he allowed it. You can see inside, although it is somewhat mixed up with a blue glow, is something that appears to... you recognize it as a Thyrus. I'm going to type it out into Roll20 chat. The creature, which barely seems to fit into the stasis coffin, seems to be seems to be quite multicolored and flashy. And just to give you the fate point information, the Thyrus are a squid-like alien species who see war as a performance, thus making tactical decisions based on spectacle, flash, and aiming to inflict the heaviest casualties on both sides, rather than what is tactically sensible to non-Thyrus. Do you want more info?
I would like to know more.
Would you like to know more? The Thyrus are perfectly adapted to, on the biology. The Thyrus are perfectly adapted to survival in atmospheric, gravitational, and geographical extremes. They have quadruple forearms, each triple jointed with simple fingers suggested to eliminate dexterity. Their lower tentacles, however, show massive strength and dexterity and may prove their means of acute manipulation. They have 4 eyes, suggesting 230-degree peripheral vision. The forward pair see in high wavelengths, such as infrared, whilst the rear pair indicate extreme photosensitivity. They lack an endo or exoskeleton and instead are supported by a cartilaginous central column. Nourishment is absorbed through a form of osmosis by altering the absorbency of their mouthpus with a fibrous sieve, and can be absorbed from almost anything. Respiratory regulation appears to be the same, providing a type of built-in organic gas mask. The Thyrus can change color and surface texture at will, often displaying gaudy patterns and clashing hues instead of purposeful camouflage.
And as he's like reading this out to people, to the party from one of his more dusty tomes, he scratching his head at what other monstrosities are held in this land of this horrid house of research, or wonderful house of research.
Guess you could call this place the Palace of Oz. Anyway.
Also, Victor, I recognize this from the Xenology book.
Indeed, it's where I picked it from.
I hate that book. Anyway.
Aw, but Alexis.
One-time writers for GW don't count.
Aw, but Alexis.
Hold on. That's from the regimental standard. Does that not count?
No, that does count. And they also have a little bit more lore.
Yeah,
I showed the
entirely-
Lexiconum page, but don't worry about it. Not a big deal.
It's
I'm
entirely
not getting into
from-
a debate. Let's just move on.
The nerds are getting wet as we speak.
Moist. Anyway.
Ugh.
So,
Moist, you know. Like, oh, I can't say that. I'd get us demonetized. Never mind.
so, do you leave that thing as is?
I have no reason to affect it, so yes.
So, as you move forward, the final room, the final cell that you look into, does not appear to be inhabited by a stasis casket, stasis coffin, I should say, like the rest. However, it seems to be seems to have been retrofitted as some type of armory with a host of strange and alien weaponry hung about the walls.
I'm gonna look around and just be like, I may need to do a lot of research in here.
Do you mean scavenging?
It's not scavenging.
Scav.
Tarvok,
Well,
make
listen
note
to-
of more unique weapons and war gear. If we cannot find the Inquisitor, I will take this as a donation. Or
Well,
payment
listen-
for our work.
Oh, listen to you, little miss. Oh, we shouldn't get involved here. Hoity-toity-toy.
These are Xenos weaponry. Learning about them and teaching them to the Forges of Mars is a way of besting our enemies.
And those are Xenos. Like that.
Yes. But let's continue.
Permission to begin making my way. Like, Victor, is the Jakara still working on the thing, or is he about?
He is not about. He is still working on the thing.
I wonder if I can pick him up and let him do it while writing.
Do you try?
I'm not going to,
I'm just imagining just flinch.
because I've seen that one movie where the monkey plays hockey.
Dunstan checks in. I just wanted to make a call back to that since we started.
Jesus.
Anyway. I assume
So-
there's a door at the end of the hallway?
You arrive in a U shape. After taking a left turn and another left turn, you arrive at a similar, the same place, except mirrored, it seems. And you find it easy enough to open that door and exit out on the other side.
Fan out. Search this place. Teams of 2.
All right.
I should begin searching.
There's a slight problem with that. There's only 5 of you.
Then I will go alone.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So, I need everyone to roll an awareness test to search the house.
Okay.
Made it. Made it. Wow.
Should I fate point it? Yeah, we're not even gonna play for another hour. Well,
Nah, don't bother.
oh,
Night.
don't bother re-rolling it.
Don't bother. Not this, since there's multiple people making rolls.
But I thought awareness was super important.
It is, but
Fucking
But
that
you-
one.
but is it fate? I wouldn't say it's fate point worthy. I would say it's keen intuition worthy.
Victor.
I don't have keen intuition, do I?
I don't think she does, but you have a bunch of XP, which means you could buy it.
I have a lot of XP. This is the nature of things. I don't spend all my stuff when I get it. I sit and wait on it.
Like a dragon on a horde.
As I'm sitting here at minus 100 experience.
Man. So you search high and low, but there is no sign of Inquisitor Denisia Farnov, and the only thing that looks out of place is that damn portal of hers. You know, aside from all of the Sino stuff that you found, the only thing that really looks out of place is the portal.
I'm guessing there's one down here too.
One down where?
The one I'm looking at.
You mean this thing?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's the same thing you found earlier. I already described the stone arch.
So there's nothing of note down here.
Define of note.
Like nothing that stands out.
No, it is. No. Well, you did just narratively go all throughout the house. I'm just gonna drag everybody in here. Here we go. Boom. So.
No signs of Farnov. Tarvok!
Be right back.
Can you get this thing active?
He looking at the portal, he says, I could try. I cannot make any promises, nor can I guarantee that I will not damage this apparatus. As I look to the Jakero on my shoulder.
Farnov is not here. We didn't find any notes or any literature that leads her to anywhere else. Logically, she is in here.
Oh dear. Moro, do you know if this thing is even safe to traverse?
I will inspect the thing to check.
We have to wait on Victor.
I see. That's the whole point of this. I am not sure. It should be if it's in proper order.
Oh.
What I'm worried about is what's on the other side.
Yes.
I have returned. I
might have an answer to
I have slight bad news. I do have to go, but if you wish to stay and roleplay a bit further, you can do that.
Hey, babe, we want to activate this thing.
Yeah, I can't be here to do that.
Alright, can we just activate it and then you leave?
No,
and end the episode on that?
No, because Tarvok needs to do an explication on this thing.
Okay, so let's start the explication.
Fair enough. Alright, let me open up another journal entry from Tarvok. So
this is the explication I like because there's no ticking time bomb of demon.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Speaking Icelandic.
Jesus.
So it looks like everybody who has Forbidden Lore Eldar, I'd assume, have to help, which would be us three. Screw you, Volric, you dick.
I don't have Forbidden Lore Eldar. I only have Common Lore Eldar.
I assume you have it. It's whatever.
I wish I could have gotten an word engine or edgewise in with Victor. Is he gonna be around later? Are we playing Sacrifice and Loyalty still?
Yeah, he'll... Well,
Back.
yeah, I really hope so, because he said that he wasn't
Yes.
going to ruin that.
Yes. I'm not gonna ruin that because there's dinner guests and I have to be a.
Okay, babe, then let's do this really quickly. We want to do the
so-
explication on this thing to make it work.
Explication. Farnov's doorway. So, lead researcher. Don't do that. I was typing in stuff. Lead researcher. Val Tarvok. Complexity, I'm going to say. Hold on. I need to. Where's the. Here we go. Explication, and I need.
The Blink might want to move away from the psychic portal.
I was like, why? It's not gonna hurt him. And I was like, oh yeah, because it's gonna make it really hard for us to do it.
Yeah, like the Blank shouldn't be in the room with us. Just because it's literally a psychic portal.
So, I really have to go now. Do you mind if I fill in the explication, like, in between sessions, and then you do it at the start of the next one?
We need it on camera real quick. Just tell us how long it's going to be.
Well, I can't tell you how... hold on, let me... So, it should... the time increment should only be 1 day of research.
Okay, we'll sit here for a day.
Oh, I have
All right.
to go now.
Bye, Victor.
Bye-bye.
Hi, he's such a butt. All he has to do is just tell us one thing. But he can't,
Honestly,
because he's a butt.
if we do it at the beginning of the next session, I can pretty much guarantee that this will be a very rushed process.
Yeah, without a doubt, because we could just spend all our fate points right now to guarantee it.
Well, I have to spend mine, unfortunately. I wish they would let you other people spend their fate points, but only the lead research gets to do it.
Yeah, but we get to help each other out.
Yeah, you basically how this works is that Gel can take fatigue to like mega rush this.
Yeah, and I have 2 fate points, which can clear the fatigue.
Indeed.
So yeah,
And
we'll just do that.
Pretty much.
All right. So with that, we're gonna open up a giant portal into the Netherrealm. This will be rather fun. Mortal Kombat. Let's do this. There's like 3 jokes in that sentence alone. Anyway, guys, I want to thank everybody for joining, everyone for playing, and for watching. As always, I'm Egoqueenalexis. I love you guys. Bye.